Millennials and Gen Z, they love avocado toast. It's become a symbol, a meme even, representing their unique lifestyle choices and preferences. But there's more to this generation than just their love for trendy foods. They're killing the napkin industry, yes, you heard that right. With their preference for more sustainable and eco-friendly options, traditional paper napkins are becoming a thing of the past. But this shift in consumer behavior is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind the memes and the jokes, there's a harsh reality. Their finances are screwed. Many millennials and Gen Zers are struggling to make ends meet, facing financial challenges that previous generations could hardly imagine. Previous generations had it easier. College was affordable, and getting a degree didn't mean a lifetime of debt, a house totally doable. The American dream was within reach for many. But for millennials and Gen Z, it's like playing a rigged game. The rules have changed, and not in their favor. The cost of living has skyrocketed and wages haven't kept up. They face a trifecta of financial doom, crippling student debt, a bonkers housing market, and stagnant wages. Student loans are a massive burden, making it difficult to save for a down payment on a house or even to cover basic living expenses. And then there's the job market. It looks like a game of musical chairs, but with fewer chairs and more existential dread. Job security is a thing of the past, and many young people are stuck in low-paying, unstable jobs. But despite these challenges, millennials and Gen Z are resilient. They're finding new ways to navigate the financial landscape, from side hustles to gig economy jobs. They're determined to make it work, even if the odds are stacked against them. They're also becoming more financially savvy. Many are turning to technology to help manage their money using budgeting apps and online financial tools. Financial literacy is becoming a priority as they seek to educate themselves and make informed decisions. And they're not just sitting back and accepting the status quo. Millennials and Gen Z are advocating for change, pushing for policies that address student debt, affordable housing, and fair wages. They're using their voices to demand a better future. It's a tough road, but they're not alone. They're supporting each other, celebrating small victories, and finding strength in their communities. Together, they're redefining what it means to be financially successful in today's world. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the financial struggles of millennials and Gen Z. But we're also exploring their resilience, their innovation, and their hope for a brighter financial future. Stay tuned. Let's talk about student debt, shall we? It's a topic that weighs heavily on the minds of millions of young adults across the country. It's the financial millstone around the neck of millennials and Gen Z. For many, the dream of higher education has turned into a financial nightmare. Remember when college was a ticket to a better life? A time when graduation meant the beginning of new opportunities and a brighter future. Now it's a ticket to decades of debt. The joy of graduation is quickly overshadowed by the looming reality of repayment schedules and interest rates. The average student loan debt in the US is over $37,000. This staggering amount continues to rise each year, putting more and more pressure on young graduates. That's like starting a marathon with a refrigerator strapped to your back. This debt impacts everything. It affects daily decisions and long-term plans. Buying a home? Forget it. The burden of student loans makes it nearly impossible for many to save for a down payment or qualify for a mortgage. Starting a family? Good luck. The financial strain of student debt means that many young couples delay having children or struggle to provide for them. Retirement? Please, they'll be lucky to retire before they're 80. The long-term impact of student debt means that many will have to work well into their senior years just to make ends meet. The pressure starts early. Students are juggling classes, part-time jobs, and the constant worry about how they will pay off their loans. Experts warn that this crisis is not just a personal issue, but a national one. The ripple effects of student debt are felt throughout the economy. There are growing calls for reform. Movements advocating for student loan forgiveness and more affordable education are gaining momentum. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Scholarships, grants, and new policies aimed at reducing the cost of education offer a glimmer of light. With determination and support, today's students can still achieve their dreams. The journey may be tough, but the destination is worth it. Remember the American dream of owning a home? Yeah, that's basically a fairy tale for millennials and Gen Z. The housing market is on fire, and not in a good way. Prices are skyrocketing while wages remain stagnant. It's like trying to outrun a cheetah on a unicycle. Many millennials are stuck renting, often spending a huge chunk of their income on housing. This leaves little room for savings, investments, or even, enjoying life. Gone are the days of stable jobs and pensions. Welcome to the gig economy, where everyone's a freelancer, contractor, or part-time barista. While the gig economy offers flexibility, it lacks security. No benefits, no paid time off, and constantly hustling for the next gig. It's exhausting. This instability makes it incredibly difficult to plan for the future, save money, or even qualify for a mortgage. It's a financial tightrope walk without a safety net. Section 5. The social media effect. Keeping up with the Joneses. Social media, the highlight reel of everyone else's life. It's a place where people showcase their best moments, their most luxurious experiences, and their happiest times. But what we often forget is that these are just snippets, carefully curated to present an idealized version of reality. It's also a breeding ground for comparison and financial pressure. When we see our peers living seemingly perfect lives, it's natural to compare ourselves to them. This comparison can lead to feelings of inadequacy and the desire to match or exceed what we see online. Millennials and Gen Z are bombarded with images of perfect vacations, fancy meals, and designer clothes. These images create a false sense of reality, making it seem like everyone is living a life of luxury and ease. But behind these posts, there are often untold stories of financial strain and debt. It's easy to feel inadequate and pressured to keep up, even if it means going into debt. The desire to fit in and be seen as successful can drive people to make poor financial decisions, such as overspending on credit cards or taking out loans they can't afford. This constant comparison can lead to overspending, financial anxiety, and a distorted view of what's truly important. Instead of focusing on genuine happiness and personal fulfillment, people may prioritize material possessions and external validation. It's crucial to remember that social media is not an accurate representation of real life. Everyone has their struggles and challenges, even if they don't show them online. By being mindful of this, we can reduce the pressure to keep up with the Joneses and focus on what truly matters in our own lives. Section 6. Mental health and financial stress. Let's be real, financial stress takes a toll on mental health. Millennials and Gen Z are facing a mental health crisis, fueled in part by their financial struggles. The constant worry about money, debt, and the future can lead to anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. It's a vicious cycle. It's crucial to address the mental health impact of financial stress and provide support and resources for those struggling. Section 7. Investing in the future. A distant dream? Investing in the future seems like a luxury when you're drowning in student debt and can barely afford rent, but it's crucial for long-term financial stability, especially for retirement. The problem is many millennials and Gen Z don't have the financial literacy or the spare cash to invest. This needs to change. Financial education and accessible investment options are essential for empowering younger generations to build a secure future. Section 8, turning the tide, practical tips for financial success. It's not all doom and gloom. There are things millennials and Gen Z can do to improve their financial situation. First, create a budget, track your income and expenses. It's not sexy, but it's essential. Next, tackle that debt. Explore repayment options like income-driven plans or refinancing. Finally, start investing early, even if it's just a small amount. Time is your best friend when it comes to investing. Section 9. The power of community, support and resources. You're not alone in this journey. There are tons of resources available to help millennials and Gen Z navigate their finances. Online communities, financial advisors and non-profit organizations offer guidance, support and a sense of solidarity and community. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Reach out today. Section 10. A generation of resilience. The future is bright. Millennials and Gen Z may be facing unprecedented financial challenges, but they're also incredibly resilient and resourceful. They're finding creative solutions, side hustles, and ways to make their voices heard. The future may be uncertain, but one thing's for sure. This generation is determined to rewrite the rules and create a more equitable and financially secure future for themselves and generations to come.